How goes Imus Redheads? Today we got Q&A number 20. And we got some cool little questions. And thank you so much for the questions. By the way, if you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. Say anything you want. It's free speech here on the Dustin Elmer channel. It's weird talking to myself and talking about myself in third person, but whatever. Let's go with first question. This is by Steve Chance, and he asks on the Rat video, he says, how to get it less fizzy. And that's easy. Just turn the gain down. The Rat, if you want, the Rat in general is I wouldn't say it can be fizzy, but it's like, that is what the Rat is. It's this kind of beautiful, disgusting sound, which is what I like about the Rat. It's like, it's got this grungy Black Sabbath type of fuzzy tone to it, but on top of that, it's very functional. Like, it sounds like a distortion pedal and a fuzz pedal had a baby, and they created this like hybrid between the two, and I think it has the best characteristics of a fuzz pedal with the best characteristics of a distortion pedal. And if I were to run a Rat, I wish I still had the pedal, but I got rid of it. But if I still had the Rat, I would be running it as fuzzy and just gross as possible, because that is what the Rat is. It's the doom metal pedal, in my opinion. It's a beautiful thing. I heard Nuno Betancourt used to use it back in the day, and I think he used it as a boost. I'm not sure, but he does have a bit of that kind of tone to his playing, and it's very distinctive. It kind of, I won't say it's the Brown sound or anything, but it's distinctive to Nuno's old extreme sound, and it's got a different type of tone to it. Anyway, next question is by, okay, this is a long one, so strap in your seatbelts, guys. This is the Velo in the Veil, and he says on my whammy video, he says, Andy Summers said it best. The problem with using effects is you have to be careful you don't just end up sounding like everybody else. I own a whammy, but would never use it the way 99% of guitar players use it these days, because I hear it so often. There's no surprise anymore. You know what the effect is right away, and it has become much like the wah in the 70s, overplayed and overutilized. I completely agree. The first time I heard the whammy pedal, it was on Joe Satriani's Live in San Francisco, and it was mind-blowing here. I'm like, what is going on? Like, he's an octave up, and I never heard it in my entire life, and it was so like, it was mind-blowing. Like, but nowadays I've heard the whammy so many times, even me playing the whammy, it's kind of getting stale to me, but to me, it's just an extension now of the guitar playing. Same with the wah. I still like the wah. I still like the whammy pedal. And I think that is a great attitude to have when it comes to different effects like that, to try them to do it differently. And that's what Eddie Van Halen was all about. He was all about doing things differently. There's one interview I seen with him, and he was just trying, like his workshop, his studio was like, it felt like it was a garage, just like an auto garage store where he was just trying, oh, maybe not even that. It's like, it looked like, it was kind of like a garage on top of like just this experimental mad scientist lab. And he was talking about how just to try anything, don't care about like what is the preconceived notion of guitar, and just try everything. Try using your cell phone on the guitar. Try doing just crazy stuff with the guitar, just going out of your way. And his playing reflected that a ton. Like, he was one of the biggest innovators when it came to just playing guitar in general. I think having that same type of attitude towards effects as well is a beautiful thing. And that's something I really want to start adopting even more in my own playing and my own philosophy. And I think that's a great place to start, and it's a beautiful way to think. And thank you for the comment, the very insightful comment. I love those type of comments that really make me think and really engage my brain into different ideas. Okay, next one we got by Brindle Chihuahua with the Dave Mustaine logo avatar. He says Blackouts are way better than EMG in my opinion. They sound fuller and meatier. I totally agree. I think they have like this kind of big freaking full, I don't know, almost organic, more of an organic, less compressed sound. The thing I like about EMGs though is that they are the same size as a regular pickup, so they work just functionally better throwing them into a pick guard or existing guitar itself. The Blackouts I had were slightly bigger, which made it harder for me to like put them into a pick guard. On top of that, the specific Blackouts I was using, the bridge pickup was always clipping, which is not great for recording either with an amp and you're micing it or directly into the interface itself. And these are just about as hot as a regular hot passive pickup. But the thing I like about active pickups in general is you get that hotness, but you're not getting all of the noise with it. It's just less noisy. I still like passive pickups, but I would definitely have to use a bigger type of gate for them. Anyway, next question. Let's look at the next question. This is a long one as well. I like these ones. Okay, this is by Arsenio Oro on the Blackout pickup video as well. This is a comment, not for the guy in the video, but for almost every one of us, people complain about EMGs being compressed, yet they use a compressor pedal. Sometimes people want to complain about anything they don't use because they just not, oopsie, my one camera went out. Let's keep going and see how long I can go. But sometimes people want to complain about anything they don't use because they just happen not to have it or afford it. I personally use active passive Carvin electronics since I use Carvin guitars. But EMGs have been used for ages and everyone wanted them at one point. You're going to say Metallica had it wrong because their best sounding album had EMG. Same with Zakk Wylde. You're going to say his tone is not great, or am I going to have to take your word over someone that has years of experience using EMG in front of thousands of people? Also, what's the point of being picky with pickups when you can change the tone behavior to the extreme with today's modern pedal boards? My point is that you can't go wrong if you go either way. Stop becoming a tone purist, Karen. Nobody likes one of those. And thank you so much for the comment. It's a nice little rant. Hopefully the camera keeps going. The main camera. Anyway, I think that's a beautiful comment, and I think there's a lot of people that complain about a lot of things in the guitar community like EMGs. Yes, they are a bit more compressed than passive pickups, but like I say, you gotta look at the cost-benefit analysis. What are you getting out of this? It's quieter. You're getting that same type of hot sound out of it as a passive pickup, but you're not getting the crazy amounts of noise. And that's what I like about it. I remember using hot passive pickups back in the day, and God, playing a live gig, you got feedback like crazy doing that. And you needed a good noise gate to use them. I still like them. I like pretty much all pickups. But when it comes down to just the amount of stuff in the guitar community, like it's a huge plethora. It's like a candy store. Like you have everything you need in the guitar gear world. Like anything you need to manipulate and change the sound at any like price. It's a beautiful thing. I have an optimistic view on it. Like you can do whatever you want on guitar, which is great. You couldn't say that for back in like the 30s and 40s when they were started just building the electric guitar. The fuzz pedal itself was probably like the inventing fire for them back in the day. It was probably just amazing. But yeah, I totally agree. It is what you make it. Zach Wild's tone in, especially, I can't remember which one it was. I think No More Tears. Zach Wild's tone in No More Tears is one of my favorite guitar tones of all time. And it's, whenever I think of just like EMGs or any of these active pickups being bad, I look back and I'm like, the tone on that was so good. Like, I see it more in a macro vision than a micro vision. Like in a macro, like these are good enough. It's what you make of the guitar. Like you could put Eddie Van Halen on any guitar possible and it's still gonna sound amazing because it's Eddie playing it. In my opinion, I think playing always trumps gear in my opinion. It's about the music more than it is the tone. People would say a lot of the tone back in the olden days isn't good. Like if you look back at the old Van Halen records, they weren't strictly in tune. They all tuned to Eddie's guitar, and it's not like the digital recording we have nowadays where everything is perfectly in tune, the bass is perfectly in tune, the guitars are perfectly in tune, everything is like perfect. That's one thing that really is not super rock and roll to me. Everything is timed as well perfectly. Rock and roll is sloppy, it's messy, it's about that type of I don't give a crap attitude. That's what rock and roll, that's what metal is all about. And that's one thing I like about the old school type of rock and roll and metal. They just didn't care. They had that kind of pirate attitude where like, I'm just gonna take life by the balls, do my thing, and that's what rock and roll is. And I think with a lot of this, a lot of these newer technologies, we get kind of entitled and we're like, it has to be this way, this has to be this way, and this has to be, we're boxing rock and roll and metal too much into what it should be, where it should just be like balls to the wall. This is what I'm doing. This is the attitude I have. I don't give a crap. I'm gonna make my music the best it's gonna be. Regardless of what you think it should sound like or shouldn't sound like. I'm gonna use whatever gear I want. I don't give a crap. I'm just gonna do my thing and forge myself my path in life. And that's what rock and roll is to me. And I think it should be for you too. Who gives a crap? It's the censored version of not swearing because honestly, I like money. That's the most hypocritical thing I said. It's the rock and roll spirit, but I don't want to swear. I don't want to make a little sweary so I can get that money. I'm a sellout, guys. I can't help it. Just a big sellout. I just can't swear on camera. I'm sorry. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. And I will see you next time. If you have any comments, likes, subscribes, all that stuff, share this video around with your friends, your mom, your dad, move your hand up and down like this. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.